Alrighty, so here we go. We have some casting news now for The Walking Dead Season 10, 6 new episodes. I told you guys once November came around and once they started to get into those later episodes for filming anyways, that we were going to learn of casting news because usually they announce the cast member once they've just filmed something or are about to film something. At least from what I've noticed anyways over the past few seasons. And so we now know that Hilarie Burton will be playing Lucille. I just saw this here. This is an article. I guess it's an exclusive for them. So they're the first ones reporting it here. But this is from comicbook.com. The headline says The Walking Dead Hilarie Burton cast as Negan's wife, Lucille. So yeah, there's so much to talk about here. And I want to talk about what to expect and exactly what we're going to be getting here because all of you comic fans know exactly what we're getting. We are finally getting Here's Negan. So obviously, spoilers, I should warn you for all of that. And also, if you are new here and you want more Walking Dead content like this, just make sure to be a subscriber. This is just incredible news, the fact that we are going to be getting Here's Negan. And it's awesome that Hilarie Burton's going to be playing the character because obviously she is Jeffrey Dean Morgan's real life wife. So playing Negan's wife, the chemistry there, it's going to be amazing because they're both actors. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be such a great episode. You're gonna be able to feel the chemistry there. The story is going to work so well, and it's perfect casting. If they would have cast anyone else for Lucille, maybe it would have worked, but I don't know if the chemistry was there. And Hilarie Burton, I think everyone loves her, to play this role, and especially to play the tragic role of Lucille, because everyone knows it is pretty tragic. Well, I mean, not everyone knows. If you read the comic and if you read that short story, Here's Negan, then you would know, but we'll get into it in a second. I just want to more get into my reaction here. I think this is going to work very well, and I do think that these 6 new episodes are probably going to be really amazing and also benefit from that anthology type of storytelling because they have talked about the fact that these 6 new episodes are going to feel more like that. It's going to advance the story. It's not going to be like backstory stuff like this episode's going to be. There's going to be a few of them that are backstory episodes, just like with Negan and the whole Here's Negan thing. And also with Maggie, but there is going to be some present timeline material there, which is, I'm sure, episode 17 is going to be all about that. We're going to see the Commonwealth. We're going to advance the story, and it serves as a bridge, like a downtime moment where you get into all this character stuff and all of that, so that when the final season comes out next year, we just jump straight into that. And this is amazing. This is very, very exciting news. When I saw this, I was blown away immediately. I couldn't believe it. Now, what to expect from all of this is Hilarie Burton will be playing the character of Lucille, who Negan, obviously, he named his bat after her, because of what happened in the very beginning of the apocalypse, what happened to his wife, and just the guilt he felt and why he was so dependent on the bat, why he named it Lucille, and just what that bat represented. Now we're learning the backstory behind why that bat is so important or was so important to Negan. There's a lot of things in Here's Negan that I do hope we get, because there's a lot of stuff in the story that doesn't revolve necessarily around Lucille, because there's actually a whole entire arc there for that character. The stuff with his wife is just in the very beginning of it. And I do hope that I want more of that there. I want it to be more fleshed out, but I want to get all the other stuff. But I guess they're going to do whatever they're going to do with it, right? I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Now, how it starts off with everything is it's the modern world. It's normal life. The apocalypse hasn't hit yet. Maybe it's been attacking a few places around the world. But it's basically at the point where no one's expecting what's about to happen, right? No one was expecting that. And so Negan, he's an asshole. He's still Negan. that was the first thing we learned, was that the apocalypse didn't change him. He was always that way. He was beating kids at tennis and stuff, and he was actually beating them and calling them names and shit and laughing at them. He's always been that person. So that's going to be really cool. I'm sure they're going to do that scene. And then his wife comes over and gets mad at him because obviously he's treating the kids like shit. The neighbors, their parents are getting mad and stuff like that. And then Negan's like, well, what? Blah, 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 this and that. And his wife gets mad, faints, falls on the ground. And Negan's like, wait, what? What? Freaking out. Brings her to the hospital. She gets diagnosed with cancer and is dying. And then, Negan, to cope with this, goes in, sleeps with his side chick. And then, that's Negan right there. And he felt too guilty about it finally, I guess. And then he called the affair off and was like, you know what? I'm going to go spend some time with my wife now because she has this and, it's not looking too good for her. And then I guess some time goes on and then you see Lucille. She is dying. It doesn't look too good for her. And before she dies, she's in the room. He's there. And there's some emotional things said. She's like balled down, stuff like that. And then she does die and then tries to attack him because she's a walker. And Negan's not really understanding what's going on. And I think actually puts her down or something like that happens. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think he ran off. Something happened, but at the same time, he was looking out the window and he saw that there's a bunch of chaos down there. So the apocalypse happened, and it happened at the same exact time, for him anyways, as when his wife died. So at this point here, he was feeling really guilty because he wasn't really there for his wife. He was just a pretty shitty husband, and she did everything for him. And I think after she died and the apocalypse happened, he just felt so guilty about it. And so that's why he created Lucille. And for the remainder of the story, you do see the rise of Negan and how he created Lucille, how he got the jacket, and how he became the leader of the Saviors. You see that exact rise. You see how it happens. And so I'm just expecting that to be the case here with this episode. And her casting here, I don't think it's going to be a small part, obviously. We're going to see a lot more of it throughout the episode because you only have one time to bring her on. You're going to bring Jeffrey Dean Morgan's wife on. You want to have her on a little bit more than just the first 10 minutes of the episode, right? But you also don't want to have her there the entire time because you want to see Negan's rise as the leader of the Saviors. You want to get that moment, but it depends on what they do with it, right? It could be 2 episodes. It probably won't be, but you never know. This episode's definitely going to be really great. I mean, I do expect Angela Kang to be able to do it justice. I have a lot of faith in Jeffrey Dean Morgan and his wife, Hilarie Burton, and I do think they're going to be able to pull this off, and I'm so excited for this episode. I really can't wait. This is just exciting news, and I'm wondering what episode this is going to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be episode 18 or 19. In the title, I might have put episode 17 for the title just because that's the next episode, but I don't think she's going to appear in that episode. She'll probably be in like episode 18 or 19. I guess I could just put that in the title then. But I don't know which one exactly. It could be 18 or 19. So whatever I put in there, yeah, it's basically, I think it's going to be in the first half for sure of these 6 new episodes. So it's going to be episode 17, 18, or 19 for sure. Because that's around where they're filming right now. They're on 18 or 19. So how far they're going to go with the story, we'll have to wait and see. But the casting here is perfect. And I do think a lot of fans are going to be really hyped about this right now. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But this is just really exciting news. I can't wait to see the promotional images and stuff of this episode. I can't wait to get our first look at it. It's perfect casting in my opinion. And I think this episode's going to be really great. And I don't think Greg Nicotero is actually directing any of the episodes here. I'll have to do more research on that, but I heard that. I saw some people saying that. So I don't think he'll be a part of this episode, but I'm sure they can get other great directors because he doesn't direct every episode. He directs like 1 or 2 of a season, sometimes 3. So I'm going to leave it here. Post all your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think of the casting. And yeah, this is exciting. It's the beginning of November. I do think in like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we're going to get our first look at the 6 new episodes. We'll get a release date. We may learn some new information by then. I totally wasn't expecting this casting. Like, we learned this, but I wasn't expecting it. We are still going to learn the Commonwealth casting. We got to learn, obviously, who Pamela is going to be played by, Mercer, Sebastian, all of them. And it all depends, again, on when they're going to film that story. So if it's going to be in episode 18, 19, or 20, they'll announce it around then. But remember, they take a break at the end of November before Thanksgiving. And so if the Commonwealth aren't going to be in those first 3 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, and they're going to be in the last 2 of those 6 episodes, then expect the casting announcements for them to come in like January. We'll have to wait and see. In my opinion, this is what I'm kind of predicting, is that we're going to get our first look at the end of the month, around November 22nd or something like that. We'll get a release date, and then they'll announce some more casting details potentially. They'll make like this big bang, like this is what to expect. And then so we got to wait 2 months or whatever. It's like a mid-season break. We'll have to wait for that. And then it'll air in like February, late February, early March, around there. By then, we'll know the casting information. We'll have our first looks at these characters, and it will be New World Order. We'll get into that arc, and it'll be really fun. So post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you've read Here's Negan, then I guess let me know exactly what you want to see from it. If there's elements of it that you don't want them to add to it, then I guess post that down below as well. Overall, in general, I am fine with the Here's Negan series. So they can really do whatever they want with it, but I would like to see a lot of the Rise of the Savior stuff for sure. Or Rise of the Saviors. I guess it is technically that. Because the thing about that too is you do have Dwight's return too. Because he is a part of Here's Negan. So is Austin Emilio coming back to The Walking Dead? That's very possible, right? So yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't really talk about that too much in this video, but that's a pretty big thing. So post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.